Just because you love something does not mean that you won't experience burnout at some point or another. So I have not been on a proper training run since November of 2022. In 2015, I became heavily involved in triathlon. Started with a sprint, and then I worked my way up to an Olympic distance, and then I did a half Ironman, and I realized very quickly that I did not like longer distances. However, I was obsessed with the shorter distances, and I set a goal to qualify as an amateur athlete for Team USA and to compete in the World Championship. Now, after what felt like the hardest I've ever trained for anything in my entire life, I competed at the national championships in both the Olympic and the sprint distance, hoping that I would qualify for at least one, and I ended up qualifying for both, racing back-to-back days. I used to judge the hell out of myself for how fast or slow I was going, and it was always about goals and times, and I got to the point where I just never even enjoyed it. So the fact that I'm enjoying this right now is a really big deal for me. I was so burnt out after 7 years of constantly training, working towards a race and working towards a goal. I went on to compete in the national championships in 2021, and I qualified to compete in the world championships again in Abu Dhabi in 2022, and I decided that fall, after racing that race, that I would take a break. I didn't play sports growing up. I've never considered myself really an athlete. But I started to learn as an adult early on that the more I would push myself physically, the bigger positive impact it had in every other area of my life. So after a full year and a half of not competing in any races or really training for anything other than to just be healthy and find joy in exercise, I actually kind of miss running. So all that being said, I'm about to finish the first 45-minute run that I've done in almost 2 years. And I'm gonna do a 6-week running program following this. So we'll see how it goes. I'm actually gonna enjoy this. I'll take you along for the journey.